let's see what people think about virtual immortality. How many would be tempted to use that facility, a digital avatar? Most people would not. I asked Michael B. Jordan what he thought. Will technology change what it is to be human? Your answer is?
For some, yes. But for me, no.
What I would like to explore with you today, however, is an even deeper worry, a more fundamental question about the ethics of AI and new technologies. And the question is this: will technology change what it means to be human? To begin to think about this question, let's start with AI in the movies. Great actors of the past, great stars, whom we would love to see in a new role. Wouldn't you like to see Humphrey Bogart, for example, not in a rerun of Casablanca, but in a new movie, bringing him back, so to speak, for a virtual comeback performance? I put this question about the virtual comeback performance to a young actor and director, Michael B. Jordan, a rising Hollywood star. He starred in the Creed boxing series. He's the successor to Rocky. Here's what he had to say about the virtual comeback performance. Suppose there were an actor from the past, a long ago actor whom you admired, and though they're no longer living, you say to yourself, gee, it would be my dream to be able to cast them in this movie.
I mean, two come to mind is Sidney Poitier and Heath Ledger.
Can you even imagine what it would be like as a director, but also in human terms, let's say, to be able to cast Sidney Poitier today in one of your movies and to have that virtual actor act the new role with the same look and stance and gesture and tone of voice and bearing as he brought to his earlier role?
I would be a fool not to entertain it, but there's something unsettling about it. From where I stand today.
And all right, that's what I want to get at. What's unsettling about it is what exactly?
That's not his free will. That's not the man's free will. I'm making that decision for him.
So it's unsettling because Sidney Poitier did not consent in advance. I get that. And that's an important moral consideration. But suppose he'd written you a letter saying, I'm willing, I trust you. Then it would still be unsettling, I'll bet.
I think so, yeah.
Okay, so there must be another reason beyond his consent. What would that other reason be?
And I see where you're getting at, and I love it. And I'm trying to articulate it. It's just a feeling of authenticity that's just not there. I can't explain it.
Authenticity, and you've spoken about presence, human presence. And even the best virtual comeback can't capture human authenticity or human presence.
I don't think so. There's certain people that they walk in a room and you feel them. I've been in rooms where people walk in and you feel them in there. I can't describe it. I don't think AI digitally created thing can have that.
As Michael B. Jordan thinks it through, he began, as we began, with consent and agency. But then, as the discussion unfolded, he identified a value beyond consent that seemed to be at stake. And in our discussion, Rita mentioned human dignity. Michael B. Jordan described it as authenticity and human presence. As he pointed out, it's not easy to explain exactly what that means, But there is something, it seems, a deep human value at stake here, beyond consent, beyond choice, beyond the waiver form. I'd like to turn to another human experience where technology is offering to make really a possibly fateful change in the way we live and in the way we die. There are even now companies that will enable you to create a digital avatar of yourself based on all of your social media posts, your emails, your personal data. And when you die, you will be able to bequeath access to that data, to that avatar, to whomever you want, to your loved ones, to your friends, or for that matter, to the public, enabling them to engage in ongoing conversations with you. So that, let's say, your great-great-grandchild could introduce you to his or her prospective mate and ask you what you would think. This would not be simply a digital avatar that would enable you as a kind of chatbot to reminisce about your past, but also to give your characteristic reactions to novel events, whether in the news, whether in the world, or whether in your family. Let's see what people think about virtual immortality. How many would be tempted to use that facility, a digital avatar? Just a couple. How many would not? Most people would not. I asked Michael B. Jordan what he thought. Suppose it were possible for her to have done that, so that you could
spend more time with
her now. Sounds like you, well, how would you feel about that?
Oh man, selfishly, I think the knee-jerk reaction is, yeah, of course, I'll do anything to see her and feel her and be around her again. It's something that's so foreign that my mind can't completely wrap my brain, like I can't wrap it around the experience of what that would be. And if I could tell in the slightest that it's not that, I would reject, I would want nothing to do with it.
Because the tech-mediated connection, you feel might obstruct or corrupt the spiritual connection.
1,000%. How she smelled, how she touched, the way she looked at me. There's no algorithm, there's no emails or not texts or phone calls, not enough information for me to look beyond her eyes and how she used to look at me and talk to me. There's nothing, there's not enough.
You have a conviction, listening to you, Michael, that we're not data all the way down. And if you're right about that, then even the best AI chatbot couldn't capture and might even obstruct the spiritual dimension of life.
And it may trick you for a while. It can, I think your own projections of sadness and the want of those things would make you hear what you want to hear and see what you want to see. You somehow contort reality so you can be okay and cope and deal with it.
And so to go back to the question with which we began, will technology change what it is to be human? Your answer is?
For some, yes. But for me, no.
The most fundamental question posed by the age of AI and chatbots and big data, beyond worries about jobs and fairness, about privacy, and even democracy, is the deeper question about whether human authenticity, dignity, human presence are fundamentally at stake. Will new technologies lead us? Are they already leading us and our children to confuse virtual community and human connection for the real thing. Because if they do, we may lose something precious about what it means to be human. Thank you very much.